If you're a man over 60, there's something you likely haven't heard before. Much of the fatigue, the lack of drive, the sluggish mornings, and even the dip in confidence you might be experiencing aren't just part of getting older. In fact, the real culprit might be your diet. More specifically, the fruits you're missing out on. That's right, fruits. Because tucked away in your local grocery store are 3 natural foods that can quietly restore your energy, improve your performance, and help you feel vibrant again. No pills, no uncomfortable treatments, and no waiting around for months. I'm Dr. Laura, and I've spent over 3 decades guiding men toward renewed strength, stamina, and a renewed zest for living. What I'm about to share may surprise you. It's not about hormone injections or prescription drugs. It's about nourishment real, delicious fuel that your body recognizes and thrives on. Many men assume decline is simply part of the process. But what if I told you there's a bright red fruit that helps push fresh blood through your arteries, a green one that naturally supports testosterone, and a sweet yellow one that revives your energy deep within your cells? This isn't wishful thinking. It's proven nutritional science backed by clinical research and real results. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to harness the power of these 3 simple fruits to improve how you feel physically, emotionally, and intimately. Stay with me. What you discover next could transform the way you age. And before we dive in, if you care about staying strong, active, and confident in your 60s and beyond, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future advice crafted just for you. If this video helps, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and share what you'd like us to cover next. I'm here to help. Now, let's start with the first fruit. And it might catch you off guard. It's not some trendy supplement or exotic powder from halfway around the globe. It's a humble fruit that scientists have studied for years for its ability to improve circulation, support prostate health, and restore vitality where it counts most. We're talking about pomegranate. And why should every man over 60 make it part of his routine? I'll never forget Edward, a 72-year-old man who sat across from me, shoulders slumped, and quietly confessed, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore." His energy had faded, his confidence was gone, and intimacy felt like a memory. But what he didn't realize was that the real problem wasn't his age, it was his blood flow. And as it turns out, one of the best ways to restore that is found right in the produce section, pomegranate. For centuries, this ancient fruit has been seen as a symbol of life and vitality across cultures. Now, science confirms what tradition always suspected. Pomegranates nourish aging arteries in remarkable ways. Rich in polyphenols, these natural compounds act almost like fuel for your blood vessels, helping them open up, boosting circulation, and increasing nitric oxide production, the molecule your body needs to relax blood vessels and keep blood flowing smoothly. That last part is crucial. Nitric oxide is directly tied to blood flow, especially in areas where older men often notice the first signs of decline. What's truly striking is how fast pomegranate can make a difference. In one study, older men who drank pomegranate juice every day saw noticeable improvements in erection strength and stamina in just 2 weeks. No drugs, no side effects, just natural support from one humble fruit. But the benefits go well beyond performance. Pomegranate helps reduce inflammation, lower oxidative stress, and support prostate health, 3 major concerns that slowly erode men's well-being over the years. If you've struggled with frequent nighttime bathroom trips or felt the creeping pressure of an enlarging prostate, this fruit offers gentle, natural relief. And there's something satisfying about the taste itself, slightly tangy, refreshing, and subtly sweet. Especially when you realize the powerful effects it can have on your body. Edward took my advice. Just 6 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice each morning. That's all. 2 weeks later, he walked into my office with a renewed spark in his eye. His posture had changed. He laughed more, carried himself with new confidence, and even joked that his wife was giving him that old look again. It wasn't magic. It was biology rediscovered through a fruit that too many men ignore. Pomegranate doesn't shout promises on a flashy label or sell you instant miracles. That's exactly why it works. It supports your heart, your circulation, your prostate, and yes, your intimate life in a way that's natural and sustainable. If your mornings have been sluggish lately, or if intimacy feels more like a memory than a reality, don't rush toward pills or quick fixes. Start with pomegranate. Nature crafted this fruit for strength, resilience, and renewal. And as powerful as pomegranate is, it's only part of the story. Because next, I'm going to show you the green fruit that can naturally raise testosterone in older men without injections, hormone gels, or expensive clinic visits. And most have overlooked it their entire lives. Second, let's talk about avocado, a quiet powerhouse for men's vitality. I remember the uncertainty in Charles's voice when he told me, "I just don't feel like myself anymore." He was 68, in decent shape, retired, doing everything he thought was right. But something had shifted. His drive was gone, not just in the bedroom, but in his day-to-day life. He felt slower, softer, almost invisible. What Charles didn't realize, like so many men, is that this wasn't only about age, it was about testosterone. And testosterone isn't simply a number or a lab result. It's a feeling. You can't fake the quiet fire inside that greets you when you rise in the morning. The steady confidence in your words, the firm strength in your handshake, and yes, the passion that brings life and connection into everything you do. The challenge? After 60, many men feel that fire fading, but there's a simple, natural way to nourish your hormones again, and it doesn't come in a bottle or require a prescription. Instead, it comes from a fruit you've likely overlooked countless times in the produce aisle, the avocado. This creamy green powerhouse is nature's gift to older men, helping support testosterone levels in a completely natural way. Avocados are rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, exactly what your body needs to create balanced testosterone. They also contain magnesium and zinc, minerals vital to male hormonal health. Perhaps just as important, avocados deliver vitamin B6, which helps bring down cortisol, the stress hormone that silently chips away at testosterone as the years pass. When George started adding just half an avocado to his morning plate, sometimes with eggs, other times sliced over a salad, he noticed the shift. Within days, his energy lifted. He felt steadier, more engaged, more himself. His mood brightened, his sleep grew deeper, and the spark he thought had gone out began to glow again. The world today is full of products promising quick fixes for aging men: shots, pills, patches, you name it. But the truth is, your body was never broken. It simply needed the right fuel. Avocados provide that nourishment naturally. They're also packed with potassium, which keeps blood pressure in check and supports heart health, both key to long-term performance and vitality. What I appreciate most about avocados is how easy they are. There's no complicated routine, no hidden formula. Just half a fruit a day can nudge your hormones back into balance. And when you pair this with a few other small habits, better sleep, light daily movement, mindful breathing, you create the perfect environment for your body to rebuild strength from within. This isn't just about boosting testosterone numbers on a lab test. It's about bringing back the man who stands with confidence, speaks with purpose, and lives each day with real, rooted vitality. Testosterone isn't a fountain of youth. It's the fuel for living fully. And avocados are one of the simplest ways to reclaim it naturally and powerfully. George wasn't the only one. I've watched dozens of men rediscover their drive, energy, and confidence simply by adding this one fruit to their daily rhythm. It's not dramatic. It doesn't come with shiny promises, but it works. And when your hormones find their balance again, everything shifts. Your metabolism steadies, your sleep deepens, your mood lifts, and your connection with the people you love grows stronger. But while testosterone is the engine of male vitality, it still needs a steady source of energy to spark real change. And that energy often comes from the inside out, a deeper cellular fuel that helps you think clearly, move with strength, and feel fully alive again. That's exactly what the next fruit offers. It's sweet, it's straightforward, and it nourishes your body in ways no pill ever could. Let's talk about one of the most overlooked fruits when it comes to fueling energy and supporting heart health in men over 60. And chances are, you already have it sitting in your kitchen. Third on the list, bananas, the quiet powerhouse for energy and circulation. A few years back, I met a man named Frank. He was 73, a retired teacher, father of 3 grown children, and someone who'd always prided himself on staying active. But the day he walked into my office, he seemed worn down. His voice was steady, but there was a heaviness in his posture. "Doctor," he said, "I'm tired all the time. It's not just my body, it's like my spirit is tired too. I wake up already exhausted." It wasn't depression, it was depletion. He felt like his inner spark had gone out. So I asked him a simple question. "When was the last time you had a real breakfast that left you feeling energized?" He just looked at me and said, "I usually skip it." And that was exactly the problem. As we age, our bodies don't just spring to life in the morning, they need help. They need nourishment that supports the heart, the arteries, and the brain. That's where the humble banana shines. A lot of men dismiss bananas as just a basic snack, but in reality, they're one of the most powerful tools we have for stable, steady energy. Bananas are packed with potassium, magnesium, and B vitamins nutrients that do far more than prevent muscle cramps. They actually help open up blood vessels, protect the heart, and deliver minerals your cells need to produce energy at the deepest level. When Frank started eating a banana with a spoonful of nut butter and a glass of water each morning, he felt a difference almost immediately. Within the first week, he told me, "I didn't just have more energy. I felt calmer, like I wasn't hitting that mid-morning slump anymore." That's because bananas work with your body's natural rhythm. They help keep blood sugar balanced, provide tryptophan to ease stress and boost serotonin, and deliver quick, clean fuel to your muscles, brain, and heart. When your energy is steady, life feels easier, you move better, think more clearly, stay present, and even show up more confidently in intimate moments. On top of that, bananas are a natural ally for cardiovascular health. Potassium is crucial for strong circulation, healthy blood pressure, and flexible arteries, all key ingredients to sustaining performance in every sense of the word. What I love most about bananas is their simplicity. No recipe, no prep, no complicated routine. They travel easily, digest smoothly, and deliver real results without needing fancy plans. I always remind men, if you want reliable energy, start with reliable habits. And adding a banana to your morning routine is one of the easiest, most effective changes you can make. Frank didn't have to overhaul his entire lifestyle. He just made one small shift, and 2 weeks later, his wife called me to say thank you. It's amazing how something so common can become the key to feeling vibrant again. For his wife, it wasn't just about the banana. It was about seeing a glimpse of the man she'd fallen in love with, the man she hadn't seen in years. Because energy is the bedrock of everything. Without it, nothing else can thrive. And as you rebuild that energy, layer by layer, you start to feel your body wake up again. But what happens when you bring all 3 of these fruits, pomegranate, avocado, and banana, into a simple, daily routine your body can count on? That's where the real transformation begins. And in the next section, I'm going to show you how this combination fuels strength, confidence, and performance you may have thought were gone for good. Fourth, why these 3 fruits are stronger together. There's something remarkable that happens when you stop treating your body like it's broken and start nourishing it like it's rebuilding. I've seen this happen countless times with men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. They come in feeling worn out, foggy, resigned, convinced they've reached a point of no return. Then they make one small change, maybe adding a piece of fruit to breakfast, maybe drinking a glass of juice, and little by little, the spark returns. But here's the part most people never realize. It's not just the power of the individual fruits, it's the synergy of using them together, consistently, day after day, with real intention. Pomegranate isn't just good for the heart, it helps restore circulation and supports prostate health. Avocado doesn't just nourish you, it gives your testosterone the raw materials it needs to rebound naturally, without artificial hormones. And banana isn't simply a quick snack, it supplies steady, cellular energy that lifts your mood, sharpens your mind, and strengthens your heart. Together, they create a foundation of strength, blood flow, hormones, and energy working in harmony. No supplement or prescription can replicate what these three simple foods can do when combined. One of my patients, Edward, 69, summed it up perfectly. It wasn't just feeling better. It was like my body remembered what being strong felt like. That's exactly the point. These fruits don't add something artificial. They help unlock what's already inside you, something your body was built to do, but that got buried under years of stress, processed foods, and unhealthy routines. You don't need expensive powders or magic cures. What you really need are the basic building blocks nature already put here. Whole foods, rich in the exact nutrients your body craves as you age. When you bring pomegranate, avocado, and banana together into a steady daily habit, you set off a quiet but powerful chain reaction. Better circulation, more balanced hormones, smoother digestion, deeper sleep, and yes, real confidence returning to every part of your life. This isn't about trying to be 20 again. It's about becoming the strongest, most resilient version of yourself today. Because true strength isn't about chasing youth. It's about bringing your blood flow, hormones, and energy back into balance so your body can do what it was meant to do. It begins quietly, a shift you feel when you get out of bed with purpose, stand a little taller, and find yourself more present with your partner, your interests, and your life. I've guided countless men through this exact journey. No hype, no shortcuts, just real food as the first medicine. And what continues to inspire me is how quickly the body responds when you finally give it the nutrients it's been quietly craving. But perhaps the most hopeful truth of all is this: it's never too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or even in your mid-80s, the moment you start nourishing your body properly, you begin turning the tide. And it starts with something as simple and as powerful as adding fruit to your day. If you're still here, it means you're not just interested, you're ready. And in the final part of this piece, I'm going to share a straightforward plan so you can put everything we've talked about into practice starting tomorrow morning. You'll want to stick around for that. Conclusion: bringing back strength, vitality, and confidence after 60. In over 30 years of working with men on their health, there's one lesson that stood out above the rest. Aging doesn't ruin a man, surrendering does. Too often, good men buy into the myth that past a certain age, their best years are behind them. They accept sluggish mornings, fading desire, slower thoughts, and weaker days as though it's inevitable. But I've witnessed again and again that the body wants to heal, wants to come back, it just needs the right support. We started with pomegranate, the fruit of circulation. Because nothing happens without healthy blood flow. You can have all the drive in the world, but if your arteries are hardened and blood can't move freely, performance falters. Daily pomegranate helps restore that flow, often bringing back a pulse of life that many men thought was gone forever. Then we looked at avocado, the quiet hero. It doesn't make big promises, but it works beneath the surface, fueling testosterone, easing stress, and restoring the steady inner strength that makes you feel grounded in yourself again. For many, this hormonal shift is the turning point that begins to ripple out into every other part of their lives. And finally, there's banana, often overlooked, but one of the most powerful sources of consistent, clean energy you can find. It nourishes your heart, muscles, and brain, providing steady fuel that carries you through each day, not just physically, but emotionally too. When your energy is solid, you show up better in every role you play: partner, friend, father, and man. Together, these three fruits Lay the groundwork for the resilience and vitality every man over 60 deserves. You don't need to chase youth. What you need is to rebuild strength, to restore energy, and to believe in the possibility of renewal. That process begins with what you put in your body and with how you choose to view this chapter of your life. You need to hold on to the belief that strength is still within reach, that deeper connection is still possible, and that change is absolutely possible, no matter your age. I've walked this path with countless men, some in their 60s, others well into their 80s, and I've seen the incredible transformation that happens when they commit to small daily choices. Their energy returns, but more than that, their spirit does too. Their posture becomes more confident, their voices carry more certainty, their partners notice the difference, and their confidence rebuilds piece by piece. And it's not because of any miracle cure or quick fix. It's simply because the body has always wanted to heal. It just needs a little support, a bit of consistent care, and a commitment to showing up each day. So if something in these words resonated with you, I hope you take it to heart, not tomorrow, not someday, but today. Start choosing the foods that nourish your strength. Embrace the habits that refuel your energy. Decide to live as the man you truly are, not the one the world tells you to settle for. Because this chapter of life isn't the end, it's a new beginning. And the story that comes next? That's yours to write, one choice at a time. If you found this message valuable and you want to support honest, ad-free content made just for men like you, consider making a small contribution. It helps us keep this space free from outside influence and dedicated to bringing you straightforward, practical advice you can trust. Every bit makes a difference. You'll find the donation link just below. Thanks for being part of this community. And here's to the next chapter ahead.